Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. We are November 24th, 2012. This is episode 16. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. I'd like to welcome viewers that are coming back to watch the show. We thank you for your support, and I'd like to welcome any new viewers that have just found us or that we've invited to the group.
Because, yay, we're over 200.
Yes. Exciting.
Yay. So there will be a draw if you stick around.
Yes.
And it's an all-member draw, so everyone's eligible. And I'm Kari, also known as Jaded Knitter, and you can find us on Blip, iTunes, and YouTube under Two Tangled Skeins, TWL. And you can find our blog as twotangledskeins.wordpress.com. And we are on Ravelry, so come join our group. It's also Two Tangled Skeins. I think you can sense the theme going on here.
Yeah, Two Tangled Skeins.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to go ahead with FOs?
Sure.
Okay. So I don't actually have an FO of my own, but Kari suggested that I bring this out. This is a blanket that I knit with my grandmother. So you can you see the tassels there? So it's a blanket that I knit when I was 12. When I learned to knit, I was 12 and my grandma was showing me how to knit. And of course, by the age of like 13, I lost total interest. And I actually found this after she passed away, and I went down home for the funeral. And we were cleaning out her room at the retirement home. I found the blanket. And so ever since that day, it's been hanging on my headboard. I'm going to start to cry. I got chills. It's been hanging on my, I know, I miss my Grammy. It's been hanging on my headboard. And I always looked at it wondering, how do you get those side slanted stitches? Well, now I know how to do them, and it's just like, it's amazing. It's acrylic. I'm sure it's acrylic. It's got a little bit of a sheen.
Yeah,
it's so acrylic. But it was just really touching, and when I got back from the funeral was when I started knitting all over again. And I plan on replicating this blanket. So it's a pretty easy pattern. I think you can sense from it.
Standard, one of the standard chevron patterns.
So it's, you know, it's tiny, but I love it, and it reminds me of my grandma. Yeah. So that's my only FO, and I've got major chills running up and down my arms.
I'll actually probably, because my grandmother taught me how to knit as well, but she crocheted a lot, and she crocheted Christmas ornaments. So I'll probably bring a few of those once I get.
I'd love to see those.
Were
like little tiny ornaments?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, she'd literally be sitting there in a chair, and all of a sudden she'd stop crocheting and hold something up, and it was a 3D church or a bear.
Are you kidding me?
No, I have an actual
You come
church.
from talent, woman. Nice.
I'll bring them once I pull out
Maybe
Christmas.
Closer to Christmas, yeah, once everything's out. Because I don't pull stuff out till December 1st.
Yep. The first weekend after the 1st of December is when things come out and everything goes down. The first weekend after January 1st. Yeah. Well, the 1st of December is on a
Saturday, so I could see, most likely the Sunday, we'll be putting the Christmas tree up, because the kids know December 1st.
Yep.
So, I just don't like pushing those holidays until it's like really close. So, that's that. So what's your FO? You did bring something?
I did bring something, and it was more by accident than anything else.
Did you wear them here?
Yes.
I like the by accident because I wore them here.
Yeah, because these are my my standard mitt pattern, and they're just, it's straight sock yarn.
If you put it on your hand,
yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Better and like tilt it
with a bit of a rib.
Ah, there you can see the.
There we go.
Yeah.
And this is a slightly striped sock yarn.
It's gorgeous.
Which I'm neurotic enough that I did actually match the stripes on the two mitts.
Yeah,
and it's just got a standard 1x1 rib cuff.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who do the neurotic striping matching.
Oh, I know several of them. But yeah.
Included.
These are a pattern that was adapted by Franklin Habit. They're called Mittens from Mrs. Roosevelt, and we are talking about Teddy Roosevelt, so President Teddy Roosevelt's wife. She apparently knit them. These were kind of her standard mitten pattern that she knit for her children and for her family. And
I love that they're pointy.
Yeah. it was a pattern that he put up on Knitty. I don't remember if it was last winter, so I don't remember if it was winter 2011 or winter 2010.
If you do a search.
Yeah. If you look up Mittens from Mrs. Mittens from Mrs. Roosevelt, you'll find the pattern. And this is just an adaptation of it because they were done in DK, and this is actually sock weight. They were done on 2.25, so a US 1, and they were done out of Zetron Trekking Maxima is the yarn, and they're just kind of my go-to.
It's kind of like your vanilla.
Yeah, they're the vanilla sock of mitts.
Yeah.
'Cause for years I didn't knit socks. I would knit sock patterns, but I turned them into mitts. Because you can literally take any sock pattern. You just don't do the heel.
Yeah. And you add a thumb gusset.
And you add a thumb gusset. You either add the thumb gusset or you do an afterthought thumb.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Which is less afterthought than... Well, no, it really is as afterthought as the afterthought heel if you want it to be.
Nice.
Actually, I'll show you what an afterthought thumb is. Because these have an afterthought thumb. So, this one, you can see how it just kind of, it comes out from the mitten, and you know, you can see it flush coming out of the mitten, the stitches come out. Whereas this one, which will not fit on my hand, because my hands are, you know, a woman's size, you can see how it doesn't, it just kind of, it comes straight out. It pops straight out of the mitten. This is an afterthought thumb. Now this is put in by putting stitches on a holder or binding off stitches and then casting on new ones on the next row, which is how you generally do it in a mitt, as opposed to snipping and putting it in like you would an afterthought heel.
Okay.
But yeah, you literally take any sock pattern, add a longer cuff.
Well, think about it, yeah.
Shorten the pattern and do a toe, because that is literally a toe. It's slightly pointier, like
it's not. It's
this one's really pointier,
yeah.
but they're slightly pointier than you put an actual toe. But yeah, it's just that is literally the same toe I put on my socks.
Nice.
It's just I decrease these more than I do because
Yeah.
I decrease down to 12 stitches on either side on a sock.
Yeah.
I do 8 on mitts. This I think was actually a 4 or a 6, but that's because it's also child size.
Yep. That's awesome.
But yeah.
So, do you want me to go into what's on the needles?
Sure.
Okay, so poking around on the needles, it's getting really, can't even hold it in frame. Like, it's getting really long. It's at 42 stitches out of 60, and it's called The Warmest Scarf Ever by Glenna C. So we have, look at that, I have to rest it on the table. So we have the green here. Can you see that? Okay. The green is Ultra Alpaca. The multicolored one is Punta yarn, and the brown one is Lustra. And it's basically you're knitting a tube. So all the ends and everything, I'm just tying knots as I go, are inside. You won't see them, and I'll do some kind of, I don't know what you would suggest I do at the end, but it's just going to be a very simple off closure. And it is on 4.5 millimeters, which is a US 7, and this is a scarf for my husband because he wants something uber warm, because I've been saying uber lately. You know, I'm how old? 13?
13.
I'm 13.
I'm 12.
Lynn's 5. And
yep.
So, hi Lynn, you're in Chicago, and hopefully you're having a good time for Thanksgiving down there.
Hi Rob.
Hi Rob.
You probably still can't watch this because, yeah.
Yeah, your computer's too old or something like that. And what else do I have on the needles?
So how many inches do you have left on that?
12. Sorry, 18.
So you have to do 18 more inches.
18 more inches, and basically I want it done on or around December 5th. So my goal, I just have to take how many inches I have left and divide it by the days, and it's like an inch and a half. I think Sarah and I calculated it last night. It's like 12 days.
Oh, okay.
So if I can get my inch and a half in, and sometimes I do more, like last night I think I did almost 2 inches. Yeah, I want to get it done, and there's not going to be any blocking required or anything, so it's going to be awesome. And I have it in my Aran Lang bag that I got from Stitches, which has sheep's knitting sitting on balls of yarns and sheep knitting from sheep. So my Aran Lang bag, I absolutely love it. It's got a white interior, which is really great because you can see everything.
Yep.
So love that. Next on the needles, I'm still working on my Gusto, my sweater, but I haven't got any progress, so I'm not going to show that. But I am making a sock out of Croy sock 4-ply. It's black, as you can see, and I have bright pink stitch marker to tell me how long I've done. So I got Tyler, it's for his hockey skates, so I got him to try that on, way past the increases. It's going quite well, and hopefully I need to get this done by January. Beginning of January is usually when the ice is laid out in the park across the street. And this is knit on 2.75 millimeters, which is a US 2. And I have this in my Zigzag Stitches bag, which we're doing a draw for today, and my sock is just hanging. So that's my Zigzag Stitches bag, which has a really cool matching interior. It's green and it's got sheep, and we love your bags. They rock.
They do.
So, and we'll be drawing for this one later on, so we have the names ready, and we'll draw this bag. So anybody who's entered the draw will have a chance to win.
And there'll be 2 draws going on today.
Yeah, the 200 member draw, which we're at 205 when we, just before starting to record, and then the bag.
Yep.
Yeah, so yay!
Yay!
I'm so excited.
You have anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
So, your turn. Oh, yes.
So, I have a baby sock. Because we're going to start, whoops, and I just lost it. Which is just fine. We're going to start here. This is just the standard vanilla pattern. It's the same vanilla pattern that Sue's using. And it is out of the Black Lamb. And it's her sock weight yarn, which is, I lost the tag. I had it a minute ago.
You had it, you showed it to me. Maybe it's under your stuff there.
No.
Anyways, theblacklamb.ca.
Yep. And it was one of those colorways. I picked it up at the Twist Fiber Festival in Quebec this summer, and I just picked it up and went, mine. It just spoke to me.
It's you.
Yep.
They're going to be bold and bright and awesome.
Colorful. And I'm doing them on Lynn's 2.25 because I have a lot of things on 2.25s and I ran out of my own.
I kind of have a set in the living room, which I have to give back to her.
Oh yeah, and she has one of my sets. And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually do have a bamboo set, but I don't particularly like skinny DPN in bamboo.
No.
And I'm not 100% sure that those aren't 2 millimeters either.
They could be. We'd have to measure them.
Yeah. Either way, they're Lynn's needles. Thank you, Lynn. And I have that wandering around with me in my Slip Stitch Studio bag, which I love because it's got the little handle on it and the pull closure, because it means I can knit this on the bus easily without having to worry about everything flying away from me. Oh, excuse me. And then there is this. Now you will notice that this does not look like it has moved at all since I showed it. Shut up.
Sorry.
Since I showed it last week.
Wait a minute. You need to put your arm down. You need to show that I'm rubbing your shoulder.
And gritting my teeth. I pulled this out Saturday because I got most of the way up. I got to just past the thumb gusset. So right here.
It wasn't working.
On Saturday. And the thumb gusset on it, I have a fairly long distance from here and the pattern's fairly short. So I had to redo the thumb gusset, and I did some calculations and realized, oh, I should, I have to add an extra inch to this pattern because the total length of the pattern is about 7.5 and my hands are 8.5. And I'm just going to say that one should not be doing math and ripping things out after having a few glasses of alcohol. Because
we're off by an inch.
I was off by an inch, which means Somehow I worked it out that I was getting 15 stitches to an inch.
The hell?
Yeah, I know.
What are you actually getting?
9. I'm doing sock weight yarn on sock weight needles. No, I need the drink now. Sock weight yarn on sock weight needles. I get 9 stitches to the inch. I've always gotten 9 stitches to the inch. This is nothing new.
Glug, glug.
Yeah.
And let alone doing math with once you've had a few drinks and then using pointy needles.
Well, that's fine. The using pointy needles doesn't
You're okay
matter.
with that.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I did the math wrong last night too. I'm going to have to redo it.
Oh, mother.
Because I did the math for the row gauge.
Put it this way.
And then was using it for
We were at knit night, and she did the calculations, and so Sarah and I were both holding a ball of yarn while she was pulling it apart. We were winding it. She then promptly packed her stuff and went home, because that was the clincher last night.
It was also the only thing I had with me.
Yes.
And I've been really...
Hey, I offered. You could have knit something of mine.
Yeah, it's okay.
All stocking stitch, but hey.
And I already...
What kind of friend is she?
The one that was really tired.
Yeah.
I'd already pulled it out the Saturday after we recorded. I pulled it out Tuesday on our Tuesday night at night
Didn't
twice.
pull it out Wednesday when I was with you.
No, I was blissfully working on it going, yay, I have it right now. And, you know, I got that inkling on Thursday, I guess. Wednesday or Thursday when I was working on it. I'm like, it looks like it's going to be a little long. Yeah, it's a little long.
Not good.
So, we're back down to the cuff. It will get fixed.
It will.
Because I am having new fancy mittens before Christmas.
Oh, she's going to do it. She'll be working on it tonight probably while we're encoding and uploading and converting. And
No, that's what I intend on doing after I figure out the correct gauge, because you can't do, you can't use stitch gauge to get rows. Which was how I worked it out last night. I was using my stitch gauge.
I think I need a drink. Yeah, cheers.
Worst part was I hadn't drunk anything last night until I got home.
It's crazy. So is that all you have on the needles?
That's all I've worked on. I still have my my massive shawl.
Mm-hmm.
Which you
haven't.
Name. What's the name of the shawl?
Even Star.
Yes, my Even Star.
She's had 2 sips.
Already she's gone. I'm not that gone.
So,
but yeah.
You know, stash enhancements. Well, on the wheel, nada.
Nothing.
So we're going to see. I put the wheel there in sight so we would get me back spinning.
Because we need to fix that. Okay.
Yes. So, stash enhancements. I have some.
She has some.
I do.
I'm currently on an enforced yarn diet.
And I'm
not happy about it.
And I'm not, because, you know, things just keep coming in. So the first thing I have is, oh my god, I love it, is my Art by Anna Sock Garden party cake. And she made this just for me. And as you can see, the colors are perfect. Thank you so much, Anna. I love it. And I think I'm going to make the, don't tell me the name, catkin. So I have to find another yarn. You made it with gray and it looked really nice, like a really light gray. So yeah, if you want to see what that looks like, look it up, catkin. It's really nice. I wore it to stitches and people were staring at me and like pointing at the shawl. So it's really nice. So
I will point out that she wore mine.
Yes, because it matched the top I was wearing.
Yes.
You know, it's green. So it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's a whopping 555 yards. So Art by Anna, there it is again, and it's called a party cake because basically it's like a candle. Other things, through my friend Crystal. Hi Crystal, hope you're having fun in Kingston. Through my friend Crystal, I've, it started with Lynn giving me, or trading me, a skein of 3 Irish Girls. And now I'm totally in love with 3 Irish Girls, and every time she gets a club, whatever color of the month, she shows me, and of course...
You know, that's the exact colorway I've been looking for.
You're not getting it. This is Springvale Sock, 100% superwash merino wool, and it is the colorway Solar Flare. So that is it. I don't know if it's showing up. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous burnt orange, and I love it. So that came in the mail last week. And let go of the yarn. Something else I got when we were at Rhinebeck, I almost hunted down Stephanie Pearl McPhee to get an autograph for Crystal, and I got it. Scared the crap out of the lady, but I got it. And so for that, she got me something called, from 3 Irish Girls, of course, and all the way from the store, the Net Loft in Alaska. I actually have a bag over there that actually says, on top of my blue bin, there's a bag that says it's from Alaska. Glenhaven.
Go get the
no.
bag? Okay.
Glenhaven Cashmerino fingering. So 80 merino, 10 cashmere, 10 nylon, and it's called Fresh Earth. Now, is that someone who pegged the colors I love, or what? Like, so me. And I'm gonna go over here because somebody's gonna try and take it.
No, I want that orange stuff.
You're not getting the orange stuff. It's not happening. There is something in the December that you might possibly get from me. Did you see the 3 colors I showed you last night on the phone?
I would, kind of.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can show you one of those. And yeah, what would you need orange for?
Mitts?
Oh, right. I thought you meant your top or your sweater.
Oh, no, no, no.
So
that's DK.
the other thing I got was my club membership to Wading Socks, which is True Blood themed. It's called Mama Sock Vampire Viking Vampire 100% superwash merino, and it's from Rachel from Knit Me Happy, who has a store called Cattail Knits, so www.cattailknits.com. She has really nice stitch markers, and so this is supposed to be Eric, based on what Eric is in True Blood if you watch it, and it is so Eric. It is just gorgeous. Yeah. And by the way, a segue from that, I got a message from her today, and when she gets her new shipment of yarn in, she's going to dice them up to send it over for either review or giveaway, and she's also going to send some stitch markers.
Ooh.
So she has really nice stitch markers, so I will link that in the show notes. So that's all the squishy I have, and I know you don't have any, but I'm sorry. You can squish mine, but you just can't take it home.
Yeah, she was showing this at Knit Night last night, and she didn't eat, she wasn't even giving it to me to touch.
No, because of the episode last time, we were in a bridgehead, it disappeared, really good poker face. Yeah, not happening.
I have no idea what she's talking about. None whatsoever.
If you really want some of this, it can be ordered by a truly good friend of yours.
Yeah, I know.
So, just saying. And I'm sure Crystal has some. But you're not getting hers because her house is filled. Well, not house is filled, but she has a love for 3 Irish Girls yarn, let's just say. So other things. Holiday swap. Mail out is next Saturday.
Yep.
So hopefully everything is going well with your gathering for the holiday swap for those who are involved in that. If for any reason you don't think you can get your package out on time, please PM me or Kari and just let us know. And that way we can give your partner a heads up, because this is a secret swap. They don't know who you are, they just know they're going to get a nice little package for Christmas.
Yep.
So, other things, coupon codes. We still have a coupon code for Slip Stitch Studios till December 1st, which is next week. And it is 2 Tangled Skeins, and that will get you, yeah, that's one of the Slip Stitch Studios bags. And it is on the thread in Ravelry, so you can go and look at the coupon code.
And it's for 10% off, which is what I interrupted her trying to say.
Yes, 10% off. We also have Zigzag Stitches. She has a coupon code until December 31st, and that is this bag here. So that's the bag I have, but she has some really nice bags. There's also a thread.
Oh, I knew I had one.
Yeah, she has one with squirrels on it.
Squirrel!
So that's her drawstring bag. They're really well made. I'm really impressed with the making and the talent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 10% off, and it's TWO Tangled Skeins 10, and that will get you 10%. Also, Evie Knits from 2 Tangled Skeins is...
No, Evie Knits from...
Sorry, Evie Knits, who is Yvonne on Ravelry. Her coupon code is 2 Tangled Skeins 10.
And that's
the yarn that
this
Kari
yarn.
reviewed last week. She sent me the color name by Rav, and I forgot to write it down.
You do have Rav open from the...
Oh, do I? Well,
yes.
if you really need to know,
yes,
I can do that.
because
so
you know people would probably like to know.
Talk about that then.
Because this stuff is really nice and squishy, and I will hopefully have more done this next week. I'm debating on what I'm going to do for the top part, whether I'm going to just do my standard mitten or my
Sorry, I'm just
do
trying to log into my computer.
a cable on it. And then the last one we have is for the bottle toppers from Anna Watson, who's the same person who dyed the party cake.
This lovely thing.
Yeah. So she's art by Anna on Rav, and it's A-N-A.
Yeah, one N.
One N. And she has her bottle top decorations.
Which I haven't made more of, but I plan on it.
And they are... The pattern is actually free until November 30th, and the coupon code is is TTS. I'm reading the wrong line because yeah.
Oh, there, I think that's it. The color is Mountain View at Dusk.
That was it.
Yeah.
So that's this, which is a gorgeous kind of dark. It's blues and blacks and purples and grays.
It's you can't even say how stunning it is. Like, you'd have to see it.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't show up very well on our camera. But.
No, and it's already getting dark out, so the lighting might not be as good as it usually is during the day, because we're recording a little bit later.
And, you know, it's almost December, and this is Canada.
So, that was that. I want to do a quick book review. When I was in Washington, I bought this book called Capital Knits, which I absolutely love. I don't want to get too much of a glare. And the reason I bought it was there was a pattern in here that I loved, and I made with my, if you go on to my Rav page, you'll see it. It's called Summer House Hat.
It was a really brightly colored one that she showed last week that I had stolen the yarn for.
Yes, in the bridgehead, you might say. Summer House Hat and wristlets. So I've made the hat.
That apparently she hasn't forgiven me for.
And I plan on making the wristlets. I think that's being viewed.
Yep.
Okay. And so I love that. There's also a pattern, there's a couple shawl patterns which are really nice in there. And there's one that I actually really love. And she has pictures from Washington, D.C. in the backdrop of most of her patterns, but this one.
I believe the patterns are all
this one I absolutely love. And it's by, sorry?
They're all
inspired.
That's the word I was looking for. Inspired by the monuments around
yes,
DC.
And it's Tanis Gray, Tanisgray, and she also made Knit Local, the book Knit Local. So I just love it. I picked it up while it was there, and I knit the hat basically in like 3 days. It was a really well written pattern. And I'm looking at all of her patterns in here, and they're really well written and very precise. And yeah, so I really love it. So that's that. So we're going to do a draw.
Yep.
So we'll do the bag.
Okay.
So the bag, it was, we had 34 entries. So from 33 entries actually. So from 2 to 34. And so you're going to win this purple zigzag stitches bag, which has the inside that really goes along well with it.
Sorry, from 2 to 34?
Yep.
Because memory, I don't have one. Yeah. And I'd show my phone, but we already know that all you see is this white screen.
And you got what?
3.
3 is Woolly Eyes. So Woolly Eyes, you have won the bag. Please PM me, Crafty Knitter 7, and I will send the bag off to you. Congratulations.
Yay!
I like giveaways.
So do I.
And now for the best giveaway ever, our 200 member giveaway. So we ended up having 205.
Scroll down and find
I think it was 205, and I made a really goof up.
She was number 200.
Yeah, because on my phone, when I try to invite somebody, the button leave this group is there, and I didn't realize I was saying yes, and so this is the 3rd time I've left the group, so I was number 200. Woohoo!
The worst part is, she's done this on her laptop too, so she really has no
Yeah.
excuse.
So 205. So we have from...
Is it 205 or 204? That says 204.
Oh, sorry, 204. So from 2
to 204.
to 204.
Because I'm 1 and we just took her name out because she was sitting at 200.
Yes. So generate.
Dum dum dum.
Number
93.
93. Let me go see who number 93 is. 93 is Bettinag. Betinag 1. Bettinag 1. So, oh, Bettina G1. Her first name is Bettina. So you have won. We're doing 2 draws, right?
Oh, right.
You have won a set of stitch markers from my shop. So if you go onto our Ravelry site, Ravelry thread, you will see the link to my shop. And if you pick out a set of stitch markers and PM me, I will send those out to you. And the next draw is for a pattern of $5.
$5 pattern.
That Kari is donating. And so how do you run this little thing?
No, you just hit generate.
So generate. And the next number is 28. Let's go see who the lucky winner of 28 is. And that is Kathy A, which is actually Catherine Adcock. She's a friend of mine through I met through my husband's work. So Kathy, if you PM Jaded Knitter the pattern that you want, she will gift it to you. So congratulations, Kathy.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else, do you?
No?
No? Okay, so have a good weekend and happy Thanksgiving again to those in the U.S. And we hope that you've had a great feast this weekend. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you next week.
Have a good night. Bye.
Because you know.